Welcome to SCP-4010. Please submit your login credential. Hello, Madeline Taylor. Have a nice day. Notification. You have a new message from a verified old account to Researcher Madeline Sailor.
Good morning, Researcher Sailor. I have a proposition for you. You have been selected as a single individual for Project Kronos and intend to establish a complete chronological timeline. You can choose to decline, but by accepting you are agreeing to complete confidentiality of the project and, as a precaution, complete isolation from the rest of internal Foundation communication, excluding this account and the Director of Site-91. Estimated time required for this project is 1 year. Additional information will be available after accepting. Please reply as soon as possible.
I need time. How urgent is this?
Very.
I see. I accept.
Task information.
You will be conducting research with the goal of establishing a timeline of documented history as complete as possible, including anomalous events. For this purpose, the entirety of the Foundation database will unlock to you, with the exception of files that have already been ruled out as unrelated and/or possibly cognitohazardous. Database slot 001 will be locked until you ask for permission. I suggest you already have the basics by then, as it may complicate things a little. Have in mind that some information you may find is to be kept in absolute secrecy even after the conclusion of this project. You were selected because of your abilities, not uniqueness. As a personal note, some of the things we keep confidential may seem too far-fetched or impossible to be true. Keep in mind that our world is always more bizarre than you would think, and do not get startled. Best of luck.
Personal notes on project. Part 1.
Day 1. This is Researcher Madeline Sailor from Site-91 conducting secret research for someone important? Better not to ask. It's someone with much higher clearance than I am. This is day 1 of my investigating, or paperwork actually. A lot of paperwork. But I don't mind. That's why they picked me, right? So, the timeline. I should start with the basic events on the timeline, like the beginning of the universe and its presumable end. A beginning and an end. Now, let's add today. Then I will add the approximate time when Earth was formed and life began. I hope I won't have to focus on these points that much. My specialty are years with 4 digits. Fine. Now humans. Let's see. This is already looking good. And again, it'll most likely get worse. Great. I had the basic setup. Now let's dig into the database. Day 2. I didn't sleep. Just for starting this recording, so it has a proper day on it. I must have gone through, like over 100 SCP files? Well, just 50, really. I just quickly seen the rest. Anyways, never knew the Foundation had this many things. I mean, I did, but I never thought about it. Some even made me laugh. I know these things are real and dangerous, but no buts. The infinite pizza ball just made me laugh. This is bad. I'm on day 2, I'm already seeing this is impossible. Foundation database of just SCPs is over 4,000 at this point, not even accounting for all the important incidents, events, and all the things labeled Information Exchange GOC. Good to know, the Foundation keeps friendly relations so I can have more paperwork. But for now, I am doing good. Most of these things are just dates. As fascinating or terrifying as they are, it is just data. I must focus on that, otherwise I'll be stuck here forever. Day 5. So, I have found a problem. The years do not match up. Not all of them, at least, but hey, if 1 year doesn't fit, how can I be so sure about the rest? Maybe it's a mistake. Someone meant to write 19th century instead of 20th? Maybe. Or it could be the first reality shift I encountered. I heard it could be a thing, of course. I never got an official statement, but I should ask someone about this, because if I ever rule out that possibility, everything will get easier. Day 7. A response finally came. It is a reality shift, and apparently just one of many. How do they even expect me to accomplish something like this? It is not possible, not even with the best equipment in the world, which I have. This machine does a better job than I do. Why does it even need me? Surely it'd be easier to make it automated. Fine. Keep it together, Maddie. It's just paperwork. Difficult, yes, but paperwork. You cannot start falling apart now. It has been a week, not 5 years. Speaking of which, poor Dr. Scranton. I just read what happened. Something tells me this is just the beginning. Day 10. Dr. Scranton. Dr. Scranton. Ooh, why are you doing this to me? Born on September 19th, 1961. Found dead on December 23rd, 2005. So how did you invent your reality anchor in 1889? Are there more of you? Your relative, perhaps? Or is it another reality shift? So there's some great irony in that. 3 creator reality anchors. He could save others from reality benders, but not himself. Day 11. Come to think of this, I should have set another date in the beginning. Founding of our foundation. How did I miss that? Alright. After some more digging, I found something that scares me, and it is the fact that this simple question will be harder to answer than the occult war from, 2 days ago? So apparently, most of the data regarding the Foundation origins is locked in with slot 001, which I am not supposed to open until I know what I'm doing. Great. Well, let's review the info I have. Foundation Civil War and the consequent creation of the Chaos Insurgency happened around 1924 or so and continued until 1933. So the Foundation must have already existed for some time at that point. Some documents even say that the Foundation or something very similar existed since the medieval ages, or even before. What am I doing? I should just ask for permission to see 001, but I also don't feel like I used up all I can get for now. Day 17. Should I even ask about SCP-1000? 2000? Seems like the deeper I go, the worse this entire thing is. So what, am I now to believe that our dating in years are completely wrong because of that goddamn machine in Yellowstone? Or even better, they weren't even here first? Can you even imagine what that did to the entire timeline I had? Why am I talking to a recorder? Day 18. It's alright. I can do this. I already went through 9% of the database. I'm not going by numbers because I was told that the SCPs are not organized in any order. So I'm picking apart one thing by another how I feel like, making holes in the giant pile I need to take apart, catalog, and put in order. Ironically, the first reality-bending thing I came to like is SCP-140. The book relights history, sure, but at least it writes down how. Day 21. 3 weeks. I should get a pause. I didn't speak with Chris in a while, or any of the other staff, really. I just get myself things to eat and drink, which is usually coffee, and I go back to this place. Let's see, what do we have here? SCP-999 appears to be a large amorphous gelatinous mass of translucent orange slime. What? How many large amorphous gelatinous masses do we have? I swear this is the 5th one this week. Almost as bad as statues that move when you're not looking at them. Day 23. Okay, fuck it, I'm taking a break. My back hurts from sitting at the computer. Still, I have more than 1/10 of the entire thing behind me. That feels like an achievement. Maybe it can be done. If I don't read the entire thing in the extended experiment logs, maybe. Day 30. Alright, I'm back. Might have angered a certain overseer by trying to communicate with staff, but hey, nobody came to punish me. I'm not dumb, didn't say a word. In fact, everything was doing great and no one even asked what I've been doing for the past month. So yeah, better go back to work. Next one on the list is 106. Day 42. Did you know there was magic in all of this? Actual magic. They call it thaumatology. Sounds like magic to me. Why are we not supposed to know about magic? I mean, sounds kind of useful and apparently the GOC uses it. Why can't we? Day 50. I think I might need another break. This is getting very tiring. I've gone through enough SCPs to create my own foundation. No, I am not having any ideas. Day 51. I hate myself. Why can't I be more cooperative? God damn it, I just want to say it in the third person. Is it that hard? What a stupid cognito hazard I am. Day 60. Mission report. 2 months have passed, slowly reaching 20%. I am starting to appreciate the random SCP button. Day 63. Wait, the GOC did what? A chair? They put the chair into a wood chipper. Am I getting this right? That is hilarious. I mean, it's horrible to contain this anomaly now. Day 70. Just read about the SCP-2399. I will never see Jupiter the same way again. Strangely enough, I think I've experienced a reality shift myself. Or, I think so at least. I have to check again, but I specifically remember setting a date 10,000 years from now for the arrival of some angry star, and now I can't find it. Might just be overworking. Day 76. That concludes Omega 7. Shame what happened. Actually, shame someone even approved of such a thing. I am slowly starting to realize that all things that do not match with the rest are piling up. I need some help with that, but I still think the best call is to wait a little longer before I get to slot number 1. Day 89. It's nice knowing we have an alien deer guide contained by cash training people. Gross. And I actually think that's not even the worst thing I've read about. Where was it? Wait a second, I'll find it. God, this is too much. Who's supposed to remember all these numbers? Anyway, point is, I had to put my morale away almost a month ago. You cannot read about procedure something Montauk, was it? Yeah. You cannot read about it with moral barriers. I'm here to do my work, not join the ethics committee, which, by the way, depending on individual cases, does either a very poor or excellent job. Trained. Day 100. Call me an idiot, but I feel like now is the time. I have 32.1% of the Foundation's database sorted and established. Timeline is looking kinda decent when you remove all the contradictory bullshit. Problem is, this stuff keeps on coming. At first it was funny, but I do not want to see any more time travel thaumios in my life. I was honestly thinking about quitting this project, but I know that wouldn't be taken well. Besides, something in me is really curious about the thing that deserved the designation of 001. So, today is the day. I just ask for permission and hope that what I find there fixes the mess instead of going on the pile.
Personal notes on project. Part 2.
Day 105. I finally got a response. SCP-001 slot is unlocked. All cognito hazards and mimetic agents were removed to ensure I won't die the moment I open the file. And still, when I did, was there ever a day when the Foundation personnel say that nothing happened? Is it just me or is everything everywhere? How are there over 30 001 proposal? Day 106. Alright, things are not getting easier. I can see now this will take a while. First, I have to determine which 001 is the right one. Should not be that hard. I have the entire database at my disposal. I can check the data and just see which one fits the best. Day 107. None of them fit. Every single 001 is contradictory to the others, yet neither of them fit the overall narrative. And yes, I am beginning to question my own sanity at this point. How can I even tell what is real? Andrew Swan's proposal was hard to accept, but I will admit, the more I am looking at everything around me, the more I start seeing the resemblance, and I can now tell from my own experience that looking on more than just a couple anomalies at once makes one go insane. However, this is not an attempt to explain these things. I am still just trying to see the bigger picture. Just bigger picture. Day 108. On the other hand, there is the Broken God, which I can work with. Plenty of dates, documentation to make it look believable, so for now, I count that one as my 001. And no, I am not questioning about how they seem could exist at this point. I will see about the others. Day 111. Come to think about it, Cake Matris did a good job on Mary Nakayama's story. And it is by far the best one for humanity. I actually hope that one is correct. Day 115. Fuck, my work has been stagnating for the past 2 weeks or so. I just cannot get my head around these things. I could take Glass Guardian as the real one, but that crosses out the existence of Mann's, Bright's, Mackenzie's, and Scranton's versions. Yet if you cross about the possibility, what gives you the right to take that one as true in the first place? And don't get me started on the future 001s. SD Locke's proposal sounds neat, but if I count correctly, it requires at least 2 major reality shifts to be possible for our actual timeline. That is, if my timeline is correctly built. 116. I need a break. Day 125. Had to clear my head. I didn't make almost any progress in a month at this point. Going back to more friendly parts of the database. I'll report back when I find something. Day 150. It has been a month of very hard work on my part. I'm almost 50% there. Timeline so far, not so good. Don't get me wrong, I am proud of my line here, it's just that it feels incomplete. I've read about so many unbelievable anomalies at this point that a giant indestructible lizard just doesn't do it for me. Timeline needs to be completed, and all I can do is stare at this pile of reality-bending anomalies, time travel machines, and impossible origin stories. How can I continue this? Is this how researcher Talaran suffered? Well, I was very weird and fuzzy, but I was kind of intrigued by it. Day 158. I went through most of Foundation's database, and just now do I hear about Dr. Kondraki? This man worked for us? Why doesn't he work for us anymore? Just found out what happened. I get it now. Still, the entire Site-19? My boss would give that guy a kiss. Day 170. Took a while, but I managed to fit SCP-055 into the timeline. Took me a while, because I had to put it into a special place on the mind, and I constantly kept forgetting about it. Day 171. I can't find yesterday's log, and SCP-055 is in the sorted file, even though I didn't read it yet. Weird. Day 173. I have had enough of SCP files, now I'm reading about groups of interest. Dr. Wondertainment? Reminds me of Willy Wonka. Great, now I can't get that thought out of my head. Still better than the Black Queen. The idea that there are infinite universes of anomalies I have to go through gave me nightmares. Day 180. I am kind of missing my friends. Sure, we gossip when I go to the cafeteria. I even talked with Chris, my boss. He was asking how my project was doing. He's about the only person who knows I'm doing something in secret, and even he has no idea what exactly. Day 186. Are we cool yet? No, you are not. I hate this Anartist group. I have seen far too many of their anomalies in Site-91. You can at least sympathize with regular Anartists. Those really just make art. There's a difference between an artist and anarchist. Day 197. Somehow I am on 61% now. No idea how. I could swear it showed 58% yesterday. Day 200. I have it. I know how to deal with the conflicting shit. The reality bends. I know how to deal with them. I never actually checked if everything in the database actually existed. Now, this might sound crazy, but hey, I am not the person who said we are living in a universe that obeys the laws of fiction. So, if we do take into account the fact our universe is affected by a bunch of horror writers, or a narrative, or anyone who is writing me saying these words right now, then the only result we can get is that the timeline is not finished. No one else has ever tried this, or they did and failed. Our universe just doesn't make sense because it is not supposed to. In this case, we should just embrace the chaos. In other words, I will create multiple timelines and categorize everything so that none of the new timelines contradict themselves, but they contradict each other. Now, I just need to find the starting and ending points of those timelines, points where reality collapsed, and build a continuing line.
Personal notes and projects. Part 3.
Day 201. This is weird. I could have sworn there was more. Is this it? 120 SCPs left? How many to go through? 2,984? No. There are more. There are definitely more. See, my timeline has my timeline. There is, but there's only one line. Day 202. What is happening? I went outside my office and apparently we no longer have a cafeteria on Site 91 because this is Site 13. I have read through way too much to ignore this. This is a reality reconstruction CK class scenario. But why? And how do I know? Should my perception change with the shift? Day 203. Okay, so my timeline is almost finished since around 1,500 files should stop existing, both the sorted and unsorted ones. I haven't worked on this since this started, and I am not willing to continue until I find out what caused this. And I am not ruling out the possibility that my work caused this. Day 205. I am not experiencing any sign of memory alterations, means I must be somehow immune to this shift. That only supports my theory of me causing this, but how? Is it because I am completing my work? Does the knowledge of timeline somehow affect reality? Day 210. It does. I checked the data. Hateful Star disappeared first when I was around 23%. I cannot say if this is a coincidence or the beginning of a reality shift. An SCP-231-7, she disappeared around 32%, but I didn't notice until I checked the data. After this, a couple more must have disappeared because there are inconsistencies in the data around the time I reached 50%, which was the time I was too busy dealing with 001. Speaking of 001, there are only 8 proposals left. Day 211. This is bad. If my calculations are correct, only 43% of the database remains now, and 90% of it has already been sorted. Day 215. No, why? I'm not doing anything. I left the database alone. Why do they keep on disappearing? Day 216. We are no longer Site 13, but Site 3. Reality is slowly shifting to fit in with the current database. There are less SCPs, so the foundation is smaller. In fact, I believe we no longer have an O5 council, but there's just this one guy called the administrator. Yesterday, we lost SCP-682, so that is good news. Looks like the GOC in this reality was disbanded with the fall of communism, and the Foundation is now just as well as funded as the UIU in my reality used to be. Perfect. Day 230. A month I am still thinking. Luckily, no one is questioning me. Seems like even with all the reality bending around, I am a researcher working on a secret project. Good. Last thing I need is to be classified as an SCP by the very Foundation that made me cause this mess. Day 233. Still no clue on what to do. Around 25% of the old foundation remains, and around 80% of that is sorted. The recession is getting faster. Maybe I should unsort it? No, if anything, I'll make the reality bends more violent and unpredictable. I need to find a way to fix this. Day 240. Foundation never existed. We are building now, somewhere on the east coast of the USA. The entire place is so sad. As far as I can tell, we're housing maybe 20 SCPs. I don't even call them that anymore. I'm trying my best to play the role I was given. Apparently, I'm a member of the team of 10 researchers that study rare anomalies. I am pretty scared of what I'm going to find tomorrow. Day 245. 12 SCPs. Still 10 researchers. Day 248. 5 SCPs, 5 researchers. Each one of us got 1 SCP to study. I got number 3, or as I know it, SCP-173. It's not so scary anymore. It moves very slow now. It could still kill you though. Better watch out. Day 250. 4 SCPs, 3 researchers. We are left with 173, some window that shows other places, the Book of Diseases, and, well, me. Day 251. The book disappeared, one of us with it. We're no longer an organization, rather a small group of people who apparently got together on the internet. Day 252. The window is gone. I'm alone now. Alone with the stupid statue. I'm afraid. Day 253. I woke up and the statue was still there. Stopped moving. I figured that was it. I am the last anomaly in history no one will ever know. This world is so much different from mine. No anomalies, nothing paranormal. No fear. No wonder. Day 254. I woke up this morning and the statue was gone. My office, now my apartment, feels empty. Day 255. Is there any point in trying anymore? I can't reverse it. Database doesn't even show 0%. It doesn't show anything because it's gone. The entire thing. My notes, the paperwork, it's gone. Day 260. I am contemplating my fate now. Many people in my foundation would give anything to see the world around me. See a world where everything is in order, where everything makes sense, and the things that don't can be explained as scientific progresses. Day 276. I have tried living normally. I can't do it. Madeline Saylor, a car saleswoman, an entrepreneur, a scientist, an artist, a goddamn researcher for a secret organization protecting humanity. Day 278. I was browsing the internet today. Found a bunch of articles about cryptozoology, myths and legends, UFOs, that kind of stuff. Entertained me for a while, pointing out all the flaws in those things, talking to myself about how a real anomaly would behave. I need help. Day 284. Found myself a psychiatrist, told him about the foundation, the reality shift, the fact that I am the only person who knows. She was kind enough to listen to me, but she gave me the thing that anyone else in the world would. Showed me to come again and gave me some pills. Only they could heal anything. Day 290. I found it. I can't believe it's still here. I was browsing the internet forums, art conventions, cryptozoology, photographs, everything. And there it was, clear as day, a picture of SCP-173 standing by a concrete wall. I had to have it. I downloaded the picture. I have evidence. I am not crazy. Day 200. My psychiatrist called, demanding I come again. I agreed with the picture. She will have to believe me. Day 310. I am crazy? How can she say that? I am not the one living in the world that is an illusion. Day 330. It's okay. 173. They don't believe us. We know. We know that the foundation was. What is it? Crunch? You always like that sound, wouldn't you? Anyways, I know I sound crazy. I just need to vent it out. I'm okay. Day 334. Item number SCP-173. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Item SCP-173 is kept in a locked container at all times. And personnel must enter SCP-173's. Day 341. I decided to tell people about the Foundation. They must know. If none of it exists anymore, why not just tell people? I'm sure those two guys on the cryptozoology forum would love to hear about it. Day 346. Just finished my post on forum. I posted the containment procedures for SCP-173 with the picture I got. Might have made the file a little smaller. I just included the shit I remember. Hope someone finds it interesting. Day 350. I just looked at the forum post. They like it. They even created their own SCPs. I love it. I'm so excited. It's the first time in so long where I feel normal. I just feel just like in the old days. Day 355. They're making a community. This is awesome. I want to join them, but I cannot bring myself to it. What if I do something wrong? If they think I'm crazy and reject me in the idea, I better just watch. Day 360. I hate myself. I just realized, I'm an actual idiot. A bunch of horror writers. Day 365. I was trying to reach them for 5 days now. Looks like they're planning something because they're not responding much. Today is the 1 year that I started making that stupid timeline. This morning, a year ago, I came into my office. I logged into my account. And I accepted that fucking project. But maybe if I manage to somehow change the narrative. If I get these writers to write, then maybe, if I'm not getting crazy, please, this has to work. Day 366. Yes, they responded. I'm in. Now, if only I could figure out how to use this goddamn site to write.
Write a new message. From verify old file account. Researcher Madeline Sailor.
Good morning, Researcher Sailor. I have a proposition for you. You've been selected as a single individual for Project Chronos, an attempt to establish a complete chronological timeline. You can choose to decline, but by accepting you are agreeing to complete confidentiality of the project, and as a precaution, complete isolation from the rest of internal Foundation communication, excluding this document and the Director of Site-91. The estimated time required for this project is 1 year. Additional information will be available after accepting. Please reply as soon as possible.
I need time. How urgent is this?
Very.
I see. I accept.
Personal notes on project. Part 4.
Day 366. I made it. My crazy science made it. The only part of the universe was still chaotic managed to turn the sides back without any logic to it. By writing myself, I caused the paradox in which all the anomalous bullshit started existing again. I cannot explain how. I literally can't, because that is what holds the universe together now. My tiny, illogical paradox in a sea of order. Is this what it feels like to be a reality bender? I'm not one of them, but I am magic. This is it. Alright, Maddie, focus. I'm back now. I need to shut it all down. Shut everything down. No database sorting, no timeline creation. The universe needs to be chaotic, otherwise none of these anomalies would exist. It demands to be broken. That's how I'll write it there. I just need to find an empty spot on the database.
Item number, SCP-4010. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4010 is not to be acted out in any circumstances. Any information regarding the results of Project Chronos is to be destroyed by any means deemed necessary. Description: SCP-4010 is an act of establishing the timeline of our universe while accounting for every shift in reality and every temporal change documented. If enacted, SCP-4010 will cause major changes to global reality. The full extent of such changes is unknown. SCP-4010 was first discovered during Project Chronos, an attempt to establish a chronological timeline of history. The project lasted 1 year and possibly resulted in a CK-class scenario. Information about Project Chronos was destroyed, lost, or terminated alongside researcher Madeline Sailor.
To those this may concern, our universe is a very complex place. Our history is very chaotic, which often blocks us from understanding the unknown of the present. Yet, we still strive to understand, to explain. For all our history, we've been exploring the unknown and researching all that we have found. The universal forces of order and chaos are a concept that you should be familiar with. We are the order. The things we know, we understand. The chaos is something unknown, something that we wish to understand. We fear it, and that fear pushes us forward. SCP-4010 is an act of creating order out of chaos. Our universe runs on chaos just like cars do on gasoline, so try not to burn all of it. Try not to fix it. Otherwise, we can all face the actual end very soon. It demands to be broken. Please trust me when I say looking back at history to see what you can make out of it is a bad idea. Constructing a timeline is a bad idea. Understanding, explaining everything that happened is a bad idea. I tried, and I succeeded. Researcher Sailor, Site 91. Day 367. I dismantled everything. Erased all the data, burned all the physical evidence of the project. All that remains is this recorder and me.